Hi everybody and happy Monday. This week for Science and Social Studies, we're going to go on a trip around the world. So today we're going to start by learning about the world, learning about the continents of the world, and then doing a continents worksheet after the lesson. And then later this week, we're going to look at a different place in the world every day. We're going to learn about the people who live there, the culture they have, the animals that live there, the languages that are spoken, and we're going to look at a different place every day this week. So let's go ahead and get started with learning about the world and the continents in today's lesson. For our lesson, we're going to start by looking at all of planet Earth. So we're going to look at the whole planet in this book, and then in the next book we read, we're going to look at the continents on Earth. So the pieces of land that are actually on Earth. But first, we're going to read a book that's about all of Earth. The water, the people, the animals, the land, all the different parts of Earth. And this book is called Our Big Home, an Earth Poem by Linda Glazer, art by Eliza Kelvin. Our Big Home. Our Big Home, an Earth Poem. We all live here. People, ants, elephants, trees, lizards, lichen, turtles, bees. We all share the same big home. We share the water. We splash and slosh and swim in water. And of course, we all drink water. Whales, dolphins, manatees, penguins, palm trees, you and me. We all share the water here on Earth, our big blue home. What all do you see in this picture? We see all sorts of stuff. We see people playing in the water. We see a baby sitting and drinking from a bottle by the water. We see fish. We see sharks. We see palm trees. We see animals drinking from the water like a pig. We see a little house. We see birds. So many things live in and by the water. Rain slides down my nose and trickles in between my toes. Rain cleans the whole world. It waters forests of giant trees and wakes up life in tiny seeds. It brings fresh water to you and me. We all share the rain here on Earth, our green, growing home. Have you ever stuck your tongue out when it's raining and caught rain droplets on it like these kids are doing? I sure have. The sun warms us all around the world. Sunflowers, sparrows, apple trees, foxes, ferns, and you and me. Warm fingers and toes, warm roots and leaves. We all share the sun here on Earth, our big sun-warmed home. And there's dirt all around. Our earth, our ground, soil where seeds wait and trees are born, where earthworms live and rabbits dig. Earth that holds life, dirt that feels good under my feet. We all share the soil here on earth, our big life-holding home. What's something that lives in the soil? There's lots of things that live in the soil. In this book, we can see that there's earthworms, there's chipmunks, there's squirrels over here, there's seeds that live in the soil. All sorts of things live in the soil. You can see a squirrel, some bunnies living underground. A dog has its bone buried underground. Pumpkins are growing from the soil. And there's air everywhere, far, far away, and right next door. We all breathe Earth's air. Doesn't it feel good to breathe? People, lizards, ladybugs, oak trees, sweet peas, even weeds. We all share the air. Here on Earth, our big, fresh air home. We all share the air because we all need it to live. What do you see in this picture where people are using air? How are people using air in this picture? We see people singing. We see people playing instruments that blow in and out air. We see someone blowing bubbles in the air. Birds are flying in the air. Butterflies are flying in the air. Someone's blowing a pinwheel using the air. Wind whooshes and whirls and sweeps and swirls. It stirs the grass and shakes the trees. It carries rain and spreads new seeds. It brings fresh air. It blows kids' hair. All around the world. Wind touches us all, here on Earth, our big whirling home. There are so many things that use the air in this picture. We see kites flying in the air. Have you ever flown a kite? I've flown kites at the beach. There's a sailboat that's getting blown by the wind. Flowers are getting blown in the wind. Trees are blowing in the wind. Clothes on a clothesline are blowing in the wind. The sky, our huge changing picture up there. I love our sky, don't you? Great sweeps of blue, dabs and swirls of clouds. Wind splashes at sunset. Wherever we are, we look up and see sky, sky, sky. Here on Earth, our big home under the sky. I sure think the sky is beautiful in this picture. There's so many different people looking at the sky. People all over the world watch the sunrise and the sunset. The night, when stars sparkle in the deep, endless deep. The hushed time when we sink into sleep. When night animals roam and night flowers bloom. We all have a time of darkness. Here on earth, our home under the big blanket of night. What do you see the animals doing in this picture? Yeah, some animals are going to sleep, but other animals are still up. Not everybody sleeps when it's dark out. We see some birds sleeping, some possums sleeping, there's deer sleeping, but other animals, called nocturnal animals, come out at night, like the skunks, like the frogs singing at night, like the bat in the trees. They come out at night. You can see the owls up at night, the raccoons are awake at night, some more bats are awake at night, but the kittens are asleep, the donkeys are asleep, the baby is asleep, the dog is asleep. And our moon travels across the sky, a creamy pearl, a thin white sail, full moon, new moon, shaping our night. We all share the moon, here, there, everywhere on earth, our big moonlit home. No matter where you are on earth, you see the same moon. We can all see the moon all over planet Earth. When I stretch or dance or hop or laugh, when I leap in the air or lay in the grass, I feel alive. We all have that aliveness. Trees, frogs, bees, grass, spiders, snakes, earthworms, bats. We all share life, every one of us. Here on earth, our big life-giving home. We share air, water, soil, sky, sun, rain, and being alive. And we all share one home, here on earth, one precious living home. And that is the end. I want you right now just to stop and think about what your favorite part of the book was. You can close your eyes if you want to and think about your favorite part of the book. I'll share with you my favorite part. I really like this page where it talks about the stars coming out at night. I think it looks really, really pretty how all of the stars are lighting up the night sky and how some animals are falling asleep when it gets dark out, but other animals are just waking up. That's the end of our book. Thank you for listening along with me. Next, we're going to learn about the different continents on our planet Earth. So we just finished reading a book all about the planet Earth. Now we're going to learn about the different continents on the planet Earth. The continents are the big pieces of land that are on planet Earth, and there are 7 continents. How many continents? 7 continents. So we're going to read this book. Its title is This Is My Continent by Lisa Boulard, illustrated by Paul Becker. And we're going to learn about all 7 continents on the planet Earth. This is my continent. Table of contents. So this is everything we're going to learn about in the book. Chapter 1, Astronaut Adventure. Chapter 2, Asia to Antarctica. Chapter 3, The Americas. Chapter 1, Astronaut Adventure. My babysitter Ruby and I are playing our favorite game. We're astronauts. Ruby salutes me. Captain Noah, we have time for one last adventure before bedtime. What's it going to be? Let's explore the entire planet, I say. Aye, aye, sir, says Ruby. I think we have just enough time to check out all the continents. A continent is a very large area of land. There are 7 continents on Earth. Chapter 2, Asia to Antarctica. I steer our spaceship close to the biggest continent. Ruby's job is to be our fact finder. She pulls out her space phone to look up facts about the continents. This continent is called Asia, she says. More than half of the people in the world live here. And we see different signs over here on the map of Asia. It says Great Wall of China, Panda, and Taj Mahal. We have fun speeding along the Great Wall of China. Then we zoom to the top of Mount Everest. It's Earth's highest mountain. Here is the Great Wall of China. And here is Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. Most continents have many different countries. These countries sometimes share similar peoples, histories, and languages. We fly on to Europe, Asia's neighbor. Ruby says the 2 continents even share some countries. Europeans have really gotten around, she says. At different times, they have ruled all or part of most other continents. Here we see pictures for the Parthenon, the Alps, the Eiffel Tower, Big Ben, and fjords. Mountains separate much of Europe from Asia. Other continents, like Africa and South America, are separated by the sea. We circle around the top of the Eiffel Tower in France. Then we speed along the fjords of Norway. Next, we zoom south to Africa. We fly across the Sahara, a giant desert. I buzz over the tops of pyramids. Here we see a sign for the Sahara Desert, the Egyptian pyramids, and the Nile River. Africa has more than 50 countries, reads Ruby. That's more than any other continent. And about 2,000 languages are spoken here. Here we see a sign for Cape Town in South Africa. Earth did not always have 7 continents. Long ago, today's continents were just one giant continent. Smaller continents broke off from it and drifted apart. We speed across an ocean to another continent. This is Australia, Ruby says, and this dry land in the center is called the outback. I see more kangaroos here than people, I say. Here we have Sydney, a city in Australia, some kangaroos, the outback, and Perth. Ruby tells me most Australians live in cities near the ocean. We find plenty of people near the Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Opera House is this structure right here. We fly even farther south. This is the continent of Antarctica, says Ruby. Ice covers most of it all year, and temperatures can fall below negative 90 degrees Celsius. That's negative 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So it gets very, very cold there. Here are some penguins at the South Pole, and here is a science station. Antarctica has no countries or cities. The only people there are scientists. Brr! We shiver and wave goodbye to the penguins. Chapter 3: The Americas. We head to South America. I fly straight to the Amazon rainforest. We can warm up there, Ruby says. This rainforest has more kinds of plants and animals than anywhere else on Earth. Here we see the city of Buenos Aires, the Andes Mountains, the Amazon rainforest, Bogota, the Amazon River, and Rio de Janeiro. We zoom over the ancient city of Machu Picchu, a newer city named Bogota, Colombia. Some kids call out, "Hola!" Ruby says Spanish and Portuguese are South America's most common languages. Indigenous peoples built Machu Picchu and other ancient cities in South America. Indigenous peoples have lived on most continents for thousands of years. So indigenous peoples means the people who were there first. Now it's time to check out our own continent. We fly up a land bridge to North America. The United States is a powerful country, Ruby says, but there are many other interesting places in North America. It also includes Central America, the Caribbean, Mexico, Canada, and Greenland. Here's a label for Mexico, the Alamo, the Grand Canyon, the Rocky Mountains. Over here we have the Mississippi River, New York City, and the Great Lakes. We also have Greenland up here. We fly over Mexico City, the biggest city in North America. We zoom along the Golden Gate Bridge. We buzz over the Canadian Rockies. Here are the Appalachian Mountains, the Canadian Rockies, Alaska, and the Golden Gate Bridge. Continents also include islands. Greenland is the world's largest island. And that is up here. The world's largest island is Greenland. "All right, Captain," says Ruby. "Now that we're back on our continent, it's time for your bath. Let's head over to the Niagara Falls before bedtime." "Okay," I say. "I'm already planning my next space adventure. Tomorrow, I'm going to explore the planet Jupiter." Try it. North America Map Hunt. Noah and Ruby imagine traveling to all the continents, including North America. Can you find these places from the story? Mexico City, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Canadian Rockies, and the Niagara Falls. Here's Mexico City in the south. Here's the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Here's the Canadian Rockies. And here's the Niagara Falls, shared by the United States and Canada. And that is the end. Awesome job learning about all 7 continents. Everybody enjoyed today's lesson and liked learning about the world and all of the continents in the world? After this lesson, I want you to go ahead and do that continents worksheet that I have for you. You can color the continents and write the continent names. And then the rest of this week, we're going to explore some different places in the world. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!